homelessness is going to increase. Can you imagine you and your situation? Look out here. Last night and tonight, in these freezing temperatures, there were people out there and will be out there tonight. And there's going to be more of them. In the next 5 years, there's going to be more and more. And when money gets tight, domestic violence goes on the increase. Women and children are going to be beaten like they've never been beaten before. Youth crime, youth violence is going to go up. The absence of health care, where people are going to be sick and not be able to get any health care for their children or for themselves or for the one they love, it's going to be more and more. During this economic downturn, it is also highly likely that the manufacturing and traditional energy sectors will have less money and will therefore be more tempted to take shortcuts in the storage and disposal of toxic and lethal waste. Some believe that in an economic downturn, everything should be cut back, but I don't believe that. I believe that some things should be cut back and other things increased. I'm convinced that this recession is exactly the right time to increase our commitment to social ministry, because the needs in the community are going to be far greater. We as a congregation have a strong commitment to and a long history of social action. But one of the things that has always puzzled me is why we don't have a staff person leading this work. In September, when I was given the responsibility for the staff, I asked our Director of Religious Education to take over on a limited basis, coordinating some of our social ministries. She quickly found that this was too much, but said she would continue to help with the Lynn Initiative, and I'm deeply appreciative of that. But even that is outside of what she was originally hired for, and she and I have an agreement that she can lay that down at any time. And just this past week, I had a conversation with a representative from the religious education community concerned that they not lose the staff support they need. With $1 million budget and the strong commitment we have to social responsibility, we need at least a half-time position dedicating to leading and coordinating our social ministries. Why do we have a director of religious education? Because we value and have a commitment to religious education. What do you think would happen to the size and quality of our religious education program if we didn't have a staff person leading that work? Why do you think we have a director of music? Because we value and have a commitment to music and worship. What do you think would happen to our music program and the quality of our worship experience if we didn't have a music director? What if the board said, Van, you take care of the music? I think you can tell by the laughter that that would not be a good thing. And why do we have a membership volunteer coordinator? Because we have recently seen the value of growing the membership and developing a culture of volunteerism. I have absolutely no interest whatsoever in having another staff person to supervise. But from everything I have read, from everything I have heard from ministers of churches that have vibrant social ministries, and from everything I know intuitively, if we value social ministry and have the commitment to it we say we have, we need a half-time staff person to lead and coordinate our efforts. 3 things are coming together this year. First, this recession is probably going to put more people at risk and in real need than we have seen in recent memory. Second, the recession and our reduction in endowment income is going to end up being a blessing to us. It's going to be a blessing because it is going to give us the opportunity to rethink our commitment to this church. And it's going to give us an opportunity to reach down in our pockets and significantly enhance how we do social ministry. If we as a congregation want to be more fully engaged in social, environmental, and economic justice, if we want to attract more energy and resources for serving the poor, if we want a mature, long-term, coordinated, and growing social ministry, and if we want to respond to the coming flood of human need in proportion to our resources, we need to fund out of our own pockets a half-time director of social ministries. The third thing that's happening this year is that under our new system of governance, I am now in the process of putting together a budget proposal for the Finance Committee and Board. The Finance Committee and I will refine the budget and present it to the Board. Then in the spring, the Board will make the final decision about the budget for 2009-2010. But sometimes between now and then, we will have a financial pledge campaign where each of us will be asked to make a financial commitment to the church for the coming year. I cannot promise you what will be in that final budget. But I will promise you this. If you, the congregation, will increase your total pledge by $30,000, I will do everything in my power to see that we fund a half-time director of social ministries. The present and increasing crisis is going to make every social problem worse in the next several years. I believe we have the financial resources and, more importantly, the moral obligation to address these human needs in a more intentional, coordinated, and hands-on way. It's time we provide staff leadership to this area of ministry that we say is very important. I close with the words of President-elect Obama. Each generation is beckoned anew to fight for what is right and strive for what is just, and to find within itself the spirit, the sense of purpose that can remake a nation and transform a world. May it be so.